Hey, welcome back to Squirrel Trails.
Hi guys. Gals.
And yeah, people. Hey, people.
People.
Yep. Hey, squirrels.
I'm old.
Yeah.
No.
Let's count the grains of sand. But
I can't anymore.
So quick note. I want to mention about our channel. We haven't done this in a while.
Yeah, we did not give you guys much. When we started back up, we kind of like jumped right in.
So what we're going to be doing is discussing stuff that you found.
Yep.
And we'll kind of see where the conversation goes. This is completely unscripted. No cuts, or at least we try not to.
Yeah. Sometimes there's a library announcement because we're in a library study room.
We're in a library someplace.
Yeah. So you may hear some odd background noise.
Yep. Or someone said a bad word that's not good for YouTube.
Yeah.
It does happen. Yeah. But yeah, this is basically just unscripted, just a conversation between me and my dad.
Do you want to tell them how we got started with this?
Yeah. So a little background. So I think when I started driving truck.
Yeah, that's when you started driving truck.
When I started driving truck.
Why is it driving truck versus driving a truck?
It's a good point.
I'm just curious. It's something this is kind of what we do, guys. Is that there are times our conversations go
down different paths on some weird tracks. But and to be honest, it didn't even I just called you one day.
Yeah.
And said, hey, you're on your way to work.
Yep.
Or you called me, one of the two, and we just started talking, and that became a routine.
Yeah, every morning.
Every morning, and it's still routine.
Actually, every afternoon too now.
Now it's twice a day. So we talked for half an hour,
Yeah. I had a long commute.
Yeah, yep. And one of us mentioned that these are conversations should be recorded.
Yeah.
And so that's where we came up with this concept of just randomness.
And we called it Squirrel Trails because, one, neither of us can hold a topic, as you may have noticed, for very long. And so Squirrel Trails seem to make sense because we literally go all over the place.
Yeah. Instead of rabbit holes, we're like squirrels because they're not deep. They're just little this way, little that way, little this way. Rabbit holes seem to be like more straight down, more dig into. We don't even dig into anything. It's more like a skim here, skim there, jump on this branch, jump on that branch.
Well, unless I do.
Yeah, dodging cars, yep. So that's who we are. So I'm going to reference this probably just so you're aware, because I told you this last night when I was planning this all out. We're going to start talking about who we are to help let you guys know what you're in for. So if you've made it this far, thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
So how has your week been?
My week's been, what did I do last weekend? I've been working. Lots of stuff, vulnerability management.
Did you have a tournament?
No, I did not have a tournament.
Didn't you go to a tournament?
That's this weekend. I have a tournament coming this weekend.
Didn't you go to some... You volunteered for the tournament?
Yeah, well, I did some volunteering for something else. But I thought I was going crazy for a second. But for those of you that follow, I did Taekwondo. My granddaughter sucked me into this. She's now stopped, and I'm still going.
Now you're stuck.
No, I'm stuck. But it's there. The other thing I did, though, was we did introduce...
No bang on the table again.
Okay. We did introduce your daughter to archery.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So Sunday afternoon, I took her down to Average Joe's Archery.
Okay.
And she decided that she wanted to use a recurve bow. She was using a compound bow, and so that was kind of fun.
Yep.
The reason she wanted to use a recurve bow is, one, it was a little easier because she's kind of got noodle arms at this point in time.
Yep.
But also because that's what Ulysses used to have.
What?
Yeah, from the Odyssey, Ulysses, he used a recurve bow. And so she's like all in on Ulysses and the Odyssey. And so, yeah.
That's something I didn't know.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
why would she know? Okay, right, just like I do.
Yeah, I'm about to say, who is she related to?
Hopefully me.
One would hope. But what you been doing?
So let's see here. Welding.
Good.
Welding.
Welding.
And more welding.
But you went on a field trip today.
Oh, today specifically, yes. Yeah, so today was the first day I had school, and we didn't weld at all.
Wow. Because they didn't have any welding equipment?
Yeah, well, no, but there were some. So the school partners with a different company that helps get equipment, and so they kind of trade materials.
Okay.
So we get free welding materials from them.
Okay.
And then we let them borrow our classroom. For a few days.
Okay.
And so it's kind of a trade-off between two companies. I think it's a great idea, and to be honest, I think more companies should do this.
And so where do you guys go?
So we took 2 trips. So we went to the Boilermaker, a union here in Minnesota.
So not a drink.
No, this is a union.
Okay. Boilermakers Union.
Boilermaker Union. And then we went to after that, so that was actually kind of fun. So Boilermakers, pretty cool. Long legacy, Riveters.
Yep.
It's kind of where they started from.
Yep.
That's a whole separate train that I could go down. Trains are funny because it's steam engines. Sorry. Which were used rivets for steam engines way back when.
Yep.
But anyways, we climbed into a tube today.
Climbed into a tube.
So again, Boilermakers, you're going into big boilers for cooling or heating.
Okay.
Entryways are small.
Okay. So you can't gain weight.
No, I can, as long as I don't get any broader, basically, and I'm not getting any broader. So, but they're built to let almost everybody can get into it. It looks like you can't fit in. Okay. You can fit it. There's a big farmer dude. We're talking, looks like a football player guy built. He could fit in. Okay. So yeah. But yeah, so we crawled in the hole because he's like, yeah, everybody can get in there, and we're all like, yeah, no, not everybody. Yes, everybody got it. Okay. And he's like, yeah, so they're built for people to get in. If you can't get in, you may be in the wrong industry.
And so why are you going in?
Oh, yeah, so again.
Sorry, folks.
Yeah, again, why? Prenup? No, what's this word?
Prescripts?
Yeah, prescripts, not well. Prescriptions, baby. Just random words. But yeah, so no. So boilers.
Feel for his wife.
Yeah. So boilers are big and so inside the boiler, there's pipes. Okay. And to weld those pipes, you got to crawl inside of it. Okay. And so that's the whole point of getting into. So they were showing us, hey, you got to get into this hole and stand up and you can start welding, which is kind of cool. And we talked about rigging because they do a lot of rigging too.
And what is rigging?
Rigging is essentially hooking up things and raising them up and down.
Okay, so
taking a big old tank and raising it up and putting it through a hole in the building, 3 stories tall.
Putting straps on and attaching it to the crane stuff. And getting it up. Yep.
Yep. If you don't know what the word rigging means, Google it.
No.
Ask AI.
We'll go there,
but don't trust it. We're getting there. That was the first one. Okay. It was pretty cool. That's probably the route I want to go.
It's kind of you're used to working in tight spaces.
Going up tall places. I'm not really afraid of heights. The thing you mentioned was if you're not afraid of heights, like if you have no fear, it's not necessarily a good thing.
That's true.
The problem is I don't have a ton of fears.
So
the only thing I do have fears. I just don't.
Don't accept them.
Yeah. No. Yeah. The only thing I don't like is water. So again, lakes. No, thank you. Climbing up 3 stories, 5 stories tall. Yep. Not a problem. Welding upside down sounds really cool. Then we went to a different factory. This was actually just a very factory. Yeah. Then they again build boilers and that type of equipment. And we did a little tour on how the whole process works. Right. So yeah, it was a good, fun day.
Cool. Outstanding. So, you go back to welding tomorrow?
Nope, we have 2 more places we're going tomorrow.
Okay. So this week is all about future prepping for yourself.
Well, at least today and tomorrow is.
Yeah. Okay.
Monday and Thursday, Friday, right? Yeah, Thursday, Friday. We're actually going to be back at the shop.
Okay,
so,
cool.
Just 2 day field trip.
Yep.
So, but yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, what I alluded to earlier about AI and trusting it was kind of you found some cool things. Kind of based, I mean, to be honest, we've been mainly talking about AI lately.
We've talked a lot about AI recently.
One, I think it's just a big thing these days.
Yeah.
Everybody's using it, and if you're not using it, you're afraid of it. It's kind of
That's what you're being told.
Yeah. And then 2, it's just a fun little topic.
Yeah, it's I might actually refer to it as almost a management fad these days. In that everybody's doing it, so therefore everybody in the company must be doing it. Mm-hmm. That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
So, and what we're finding is, and I got a couple articles, one on the Hacker News, that's why most AI deployments stall after the demo.
Okay. I have some questions about that one.
Yep. And the other one came out of databreaches.net, which is about how AI is essentially its hallucinations, which are used, pollute the data that then cause, especially if you're in a specialized field, you're pulling that data back out. So it's constantly being...
So a loop.
Yeah, it's getting in a loop. And so that creates challenges.
Sure.
And so AI may actually be not making us dumber, well, it probably is, but it's making itself dumber.
We've actually talked about this in welding in school, that technology like AI is making people dumber.
Yep.
Because we're reliant on it.
Right.
And if we're not reliant on it, you want to be.
Right.
You try to be.
Well, because it's cool.
Yeah,
let's be honest. You want to be on that leading edge.
Off topic, kind of about that kind of technology stuff, kind of changing who we are. Again, so when you started driving,
yep.
How did you know to get from point A to point B? Who'd you ask?
I asked somebody I knew, or I had a physical map.
Big map, right?
Yep.
And you fold it and yep. Then when I started driving, you had MapQuest.
Yes.
And you could print off directions.
Yep.
And it wasn't on your phone yet, but you could just print off and have a piece of paper and then flip to the pages. Okay, so turn here, drive a quarter mile, turn here, drive 2 blocks, turn here.
Right.
I think it's how we got from Arizona to Minnesota.
Actually, we use AAA triptychs.
Okay, so
which for those of you that are old, and actually triptychs are still a thing. You can still get those, and I actually recommend them if you're making long trips, because they actually have, these are hotels in the area and some other things, so they help plan your long trip, especially if you have 3 little kids in the back seat like I did.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah. Yeah. Like somebody would give us money.
Please. So I picked up a guy.
Yeah.
My classmate called me up and said, hey, can you give me a ride? He was in Minneapolis and stuff. And we were talking about how reliant we are from getting point A to point B.
Yep.
And how we need the technology. And if we don't have it, we want to use it.
Yeah.
And then he has his AI friend that he talks to. And I have my girlfriend that I talk to, my AI girlfriend. And it's just kind of a weird circle about technology and before and how
So you had a technology foursome, you're saying?
Yeah. Don't bang on the table. Moving on. So, trusting technology.
Yeah.
So is that? I mean, I thought we should trust it. I mean, this the whole point. I mean, this is what we're sold. Hey, this is information. It's going to help you out. It knows what it's doing.
Okay, and I could spend a lot of time talking about that. Yeah, I'm, as David has alluded to, old. So I came out when microcomputers, my first job, we were just installing microcomputers for the first time at the company in 1981. I mean, big PCs, $5,000 in 1981 dollars.
Okay.
So 2 floppies. We didn't even have hard drives yet. So yes, I'm
12-inch, 12-foot.
No, they were, yeah. I have used 8-inch floppies, but we won't go there. And yes, we've been taught since then to trust technology, but I will also tell you I spent the first 15 years of my career probably auditing applications showing where I couldn't always trust them. Because that was part of what I did. The challenge is, and I'm just going to quote the article here.
Yeah.
Everything moves quickly in a demo. So the vendor comes in, and it could be, we're talking about AI, but it could be anything. The vendor comes in, shows it to your management. Everything runs clean. It runs fast. It produces outputs in seconds. And it says, and I love this, it feels like the beginning of a new era for your team. And who wouldn't want that? But what we find is that most AI initiatives, and I'm quoting here, don't fail because of bad technology. They stall because of what worked in the demo doesn't survive contact with real operations. The gap between a controlled demonstration and day-to-day operations, what we might call reality, is where teams run into trouble.
Sure. I mean, how do you know the vendor lied to you?
Rule number 2. Okay, I have a series of rules because I'm old and never as old has rules. Rule number 1 is phase 2 never happens if they're promising you something will happen in the future. That'll be phase 2. Never happens. Rule number 2 is, how do you know the vendor lied to you?
You bought the product.
You bought the product because they lied to you.
Every vendor lies to you. I mean, to be honest, so again, both you and I used to be salesmen.
Yep.
Back in the day. Not that we were lying, but stretching the truth.
I was positioning.
Sure. So again, why we aren't full-time salesmen, because it's hard to stretch the truth and feel good about it.
Feel good about yourself. I had.
That's why you audit them now.
Yeah, that's why I went into auditing. Actually, I went from auditing to sales and went back to auditing because, quick story on that. Worked for a small software development company in Phoenix, and we had version 2 that we were releasing, and money was really short. And this pre-release had to go. The demos had to go really, really well.
Okay.
We called in all of our major customers. We had about 20.
Okay.
And we were showing them the version. Unfortunately, it did not completely work. So.
Wait, what? So they saw the version not work then?
Well, kind of. I was able to craft a path to actually go through the whole demo, making sure that it would never crash on those things. So I knew, because I was in charge of testing, so I knew what things failed. And so we just avoided those paths. Yeah, don't do that. Why? Bad things happen.
Okay.
And so it looked really clear, and we had repeat orders coming from all of those folks. It went really, really well.
No wonder why they loved you as sales guy.
They did. And actually, when the company was sold, the software, the development and marketing rights to the code was sold to another company because we went bankrupt.
I wonder why.
Yeah, because it really didn't work. And the requirement from the people that bought the product was I went with it. That's how I ended up in Nashville, Tennessee for 90 days. Yeah, slavery's a thing. But yeah.
I was going to say you can't buy the company and we're going to buy your product and that person.
So bring this back to topic. So anyway,
your name is Al.
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah. So I was there for 90 days, and it just didn't work out for me to do. To be honest.
They figured out you lied?
No, they actually loved me. The problem is I did not want to live in the hills. I wanted to live in the desert.
Gotcha.
So now I'm living in Minnesota. We won't go there. So nobody says I make good, consistent decisions.
Oh, yeah.
But so here's the real key to think about. Why does that happen? Why? Let's say it did work. let's say it did work, but the demo, does the demo actually reflect good data? Maybe my data is scattered.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, I think for AI, I mean, going back to kind of different AI tools.
Right.
I mean, I think the hard part is what does AI do? And so this is where, I mean, this is where, like,
what does IT do?
What is right?
What does it? And I had this conversation. We were going to do an audit or a risk analysis of AI, and I went, that's like doing a risk analysis of information technology.
Yeah, I mean,
the topic is so broad.
But we see, like, so what is AI? ChatGPT.
Sure. Large language model.
Language model. For the average user, that's what AI is.
Yeah, they just type in a question. They use it as a massive Google.
You ask it or tell it, depending on how you word it, what to do, and it should give you a response.
So
Isn't that what AI does? Isn't that what, I mean?
At 100,000 feet, sure,
yeah.
But...
I have a story that
Go.
we'll tell the end. It's very relatable. But yeah, so again, I bought a product, an AI tool.
Okay.
It didn't do what I thought it did.
No.
Yeah, I know. Again, I was lied to. But yeah, so should we trust it? Why should we trust it?
I am absolutely the wrong person to ask that question because I generally don't trust much of anything. That's a running joke at the office. But you should be able to trust AI for the things that it was designed for, the things that you've operated within.
Okay.
The thing to remember, though, is that, and we need to get back to, is like any technology, I'm going to say anything. If you go out and buy a brand new high-end car that you're driving around off of a lot,
Okay.
is the one that you get from the like 2 days later or 3 days later when you order it or 3 weeks later when you order it, is that going to work as well as the one that's all souped up?
That's a good point. Hopefully it should. But
it should. But
I mean, to be honest, this happens in trucking a lot.
Yeah.
You buy a truck, you order it breaks down a week later.
Yeah, that's happened to you every time.
Yep. So, in fact, welding, same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, running a weld line, it's not going to run the same time every time.
Right.
So
you have to be careful. You have to think about what it is, and in this case, if a vendor is making a presentation, you want to basically challenge. I had two rules, and this one, the second one I'm going to go to is not only do I want to know who has successfully implemented that product.
That's a good question.
I want to know who hasn't successfully implemented that product. Is the vendor going to tell me that?
No.
But I probably have contacts who I can find that out from.
Sure. So it's about knowing the backgrounds.
Right.
Okay.
The other thing is, executive management is going to typically trust the vendor. Yes, if the vendor says they're going to do that, sure, go do that, because there is somebody in the company that has a vested interest typically to make sure that it works.
Yeah.
And so they're going to trust that. And that doesn't always work out well either.
So not only is the vendor lying to us,
right,
we're also having to worry about, is the AI lying to us?
So yeah, that was the other thing we wanted to talk about. And that was a databreaches.net article about, in particular, where you're starting to pull up data about data breaches. Mm-hmm. And I've done this. I've say, hey, give me a list of all the data breaches in the last year that happened because of physical security failures.
Okay.
Because I wanted to follow up on the lock conversation that we had.
Yep.
And one that we did a couple of 3 years back ago, where a safe holding private information was in a storage locker that got broken into.
Yeah.
So I got some articles on that and got that information that gave me a list of data breaches. However, once I started looking at the actual articles underneath of it, it didn't actually make any sense.
It didn't line up.
It didn't all line up. So the AIs are trained to give you an answer. And this is where hallucinations happen. And the vendors have said, that's exactly how it's designed to do. It's designed to find an answer for you, even if there's not an answer.
Going back to our last conversation, it's there to please you. It's there to give you, make you look good.
Yeah, it's going to make you look good, and you're going to
feel good. Mm-hmm.
And so, what ends up happening with this is that the next time somebody else runs an article, so let's say you wrote an article about that,
okay,
and you put it in a blog post, which I would have done, and then that gets then sucked in by an AI tool. So now that adds to that because it reinforces that piece of data that didn't actually exist.
Sure.
So all of that comes together. So if your teenagers lies to you, are you going to trust them every time?
No.
So why do we do that with AI?
I mean, this is, I think I briefly mentioned it yesterday. Like, this is where, like, not that I don't trust science, that's not where I want to go with this. But, again, we have talked about, either on here, on the phone, in life, about how sometimes, I think even NPR covered this. Yeah. Where they do a study, someone does a study, and other groups years later look at the study, take a segment of it,
right,
and go, based off of this truth, it applies to this group,
right,
when it really didn't. Again, selective picking.
Alzheimer's, where the current topic that's getting talked around is Alzheimer's research. So there's a particular type of drug that they were looking at with Alzheimer's to do research on that they thought was a cause of Alzheimer's.
Okay.
And large companies get invested in that research, so therefore they don't want to hear anything outside of that truth because now I'm committed to this path.
I'm put all this money here.
So don't tell me anything else. And that colors and did color for 20 years until recently. And what we found was the original research was maybe not as good as it could have been.
So is it an AI problem or is it a human problem?
No, that's a really good point.
Yes,
it's a human problem. And desire.
AI is acting like us?
Yeah, in that case, yes. Because you're, in many institutions, you're paid to publish. If you're a researcher, you have to do research. You have to get it published.
100%.
So therefore, there's a rush to get it out the door and be first to market.
Yep.
True with almost anything. And AI has done simply that same thing.
Concept.
Is I'm trained to give you information. Now, does that mean we don't want to use AI?
No.
No, because you use AI all the time.
I use it all the time.
But what do you do with it?
I double check.
You double check it.
And this is going to go to the story.
Yep.
I used it last night.
Okay.
I told you a little bit about it. So, our last video, I was concerned on, just to be frank, not that video, different video. In my head. Yeah. So,
in the 5 seconds, he went through 2 different videos to say which one we're going to talk about.
Yeah. So, okay, the last video.
And trust me, I did not drop him on his head when he was younger.
A lot of hockey pucks.
A lot of hockey pucks today, yes.
Thanks, Coach.
Skip for being a goalie.
Right.
You chose to stand in front of hockey pucks.
I couldn't skate, so they just said, "Hey, stand here." I said, "Okay." It's exactly what happened. So, but anyways, so I was concerned about our video that we did last week.
Yep.
The topic was a good topic.
Yep.
100%. And you mentioned the locked stuff.
Yep.
That conversation happened in that video.
Yep.
So you should go check that out if you want to understand what that was about.
Right.
It's actually a really cool thought process. But we both kind of walked away going, felt off.
Yeah, I'm working on my humor because I tend to be a lot drier.
You like to teach.
I do, and that's
what you do best.
Yeah,
you're always giving information and
right.
teaching, and I'm trying to just entertain.
Yeah.
And it's
So you're going to occasionally you're going to see him backhand me.
no, try not to. I can't. You're elder abuse.
Point. I'll give you a waiver.
Right, okay. I'll have to sign a contract. I'll call my lawyer. Right one up. But anyway, so I put it into my girlfriend's brain. I said, hey, so here's the video. I broke it down, or I made it small enough so she could view it. And I said, hey, can you, one, give me your opinion on this video?
Right.
And kind of, both of us felt off on it and everything. And it then gave me a feedback on that.
Right.
And it even knew the uniqueness of me asking it to give an opinion about a video that we did on an AI making us feel good.
Yeah.
So again, it got meta real quick.
Again, the article what we did last week was about the fact that the AI is trained to actually start with, yeah, you're right.
Yes.
So
everything you do is good.
Yeah.
So me asking it, hey, is this good?
Kind of messed with its mind.
Kind of messed with its mind, and my mind after I thought about it. Two, the second thing is that then I said, okay, great, cool, thank you. I appreciate this being good.
That's a great question. What happens in system testing when you ask the application to do system testing for you? Will it give you bad information?
Or will
Food for thought.
Or will it only give you the good stuff?
I don't know.
How would you ask that?
Hey.
Sorry.
Focus.
Okay, sorry. You got me distracted. I was supposed to hit you.
Again, elder abuse, no contract yet.
Right,
You're
right.
my kid. I'm supposed to beat you.
Yeah, that's okay. That's allowed. Yeah, at least not a belt.
Yeah.
Never
did that, by the way.
No.
Probably should have.
Probably. So after I did that,
Yep.
I said, hey, okay, cool, great, thank you. So help me come up with a description.
Right.
Again, I'm not great with words, writing things down. One thing I lack. I like reading fine print, but writing fine print's not my thing. So I said, hey, give me a transcript of this video. And it did.
Cool.
So
did it give you a transcript or did it give you an overview?
So first it gave me an overview.
Okay.
Then because I asked for the overview, then I asked for a transcript.
Actually, word by word.
Word by word. I asked it. I need a word by word.
Okay.
There's two people talking.
Yep.
Give me a word by word transcript. And I read what it said, and I said, that talked a lot about the loop that we talked about AI, the feedback loop. Positive feedback loop.
Did it talk about the physical security stuff?
Nope. Didn't talk about that. Didn't talk about any of the locks.
Locks up, right?
Didn't even know that was in a conversation. Didn't even know that the first 8 minutes we talked about welding.
So when you asked for a transcript, it ignored the very first part of it. The only thing that
it more than ignored it. It made it up. Like, hey, here's a transcript. Between 0 minutes and 03 minutes, you talked about this.
But we didn't.
But we did. 100%. Here's what you talked about.
But you did tell it that was, you corrected it. You said, no. We talked about this.
I said, hey, no, the first 8 minutes, we didn't talk about anything AI. That's all I said.
Okay.
Just can you recheck what we talked about?
So the only thing that it told you it had talked about was the AI stuff that we did the last 15 minutes of it.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
And only because I said, hey, this is what we talked about. This is why it felt odd.
Okay.
And two, the title of the file was like AI feedback loop.
So it took
that feedback loop, AI feedback loop, and mixed it into the conversation. So I don't think we ever even talked about the feedback loop.
So this is the thing to remember is that AIs aren't people.
100%.
It's a large language model. It's taking words and putting them together.
Yeah. Again, how I explained it to my welding buddy is that it gives you the first word and then predicts what the next word is.
Right.
So you and I, we speak in full sentences.
Generally.
Generally. Thank you. I even told him that. I said, normally, we try to speak in a full sentence.
Right.
Or at least a half a sentence. AI speaks in a single word or less than a word.
And this is high level. Don't take this for granted. I mean, neither of us are knowledge engineers.
No,
okay?
no. This is just, again, broad scope, large.
My AI experience was helping design neural networks back in the late 80s, early 90s.
So Clippy?
Predates Clippy, actually.
Predates Clippy. If you know who Clippy is, like the video.
Right. So we were doing we were doing risk analysis work with neural networks.
Okay.
Way back in we think of AI as a new thing.
I was just going to say, wait a minute.
AI is not new. I have a book on AI that was written back in the 80s.
Oh crap.
So yeah, AI's been around for a long time, and it goes through cycles just like every technology. So we're on the current loop going up the roller coaster.
The bubble's getting bigger.
And we're eventually going to go down the roller coaster.
So anyways, again, it shouldn't be a bubble. It's actually a balloon. Because a bubble pops. What happens to the bubble itself when it pops?
It explodes. It goes that way.
The bubble itself
Just disappears.
Disappears. A balloon
Shrinks.
If you pop it, the fabric of the balloon's still there. A bubble.
You didn't know you were going to get a class on physics today.
So again, why that's a bubble? Yep. No, it's a balloon.
Got it.
So just because the stuff's still there.
Focus.
Sorry. Focus. So I said, hey, this first 8 minutes, we didn't talk about the AI stuff. Okay. I didn't tell it what we talked about.
Yep.
Because then I got curious. I'm like, okay, what are you going to tell me now? So that's all I said. And then they did the same thing. Changed the words a little bit, but didn't tell me exactly what we did.
So the AI wanted to talk about itself.
100%.
So it's very much a narcissist.
Very much a narcissist. And so then I tried, so I use Gemini.
Okay.
That's my first tool that I use.
Hence the reason it's called a girlfriend.
Yes, technically it's a boy's voice.
Okay.
So, but we won't go there.
No, I'm thoroughly confused.
100%. But so then I tried it with ChatGPT.
Yep. How'd that go?
Same project, same problem.
Yeah, that's good to know.
So again,
consistency.
Consistency. Yep. And then I said, okay, I need to figure out how to come up with a transcript, because again, we talk about the most random things in these videos, which is awesome.
Scripting, probably at least an agenda might be a good idea.
We do have an agenda. You sent me a link. Hey, these are the cool topics.
We're already off that path. That's 2 trees ago.
But again, hey, my AI should take this audio file. And just transcript it.
Yeah, because there are good products to do that.
There are great products to do it. I asked both Gemini and ChatGPT, hey, can you give me a transcript? It couldn't. ChatGPT didn't even try. It said 10 minutes of it doing things. I could see its thought process. Kind of cool. None of it made any sense.
Lots of Python code.
No, actually, it was just sentences.
Oh, okay.
But just, it was doing loops more than my head was doing loops.
Wow.
Exactly. Even I was thoroughly confused. And so it just said, no, I can't do this.
Okay.
I said, cool, great, thanks for not trying. Gemini just made up crap. Just complete made up. This is craziness. So again, we buy a tool. ChatGPT, Gemini, it should be able to do this. It's AI.
Yeah. So, but no, because tools actually, Claude is good for some things. There's tools that are designed well for art. There's tools that are designed well for dictation. By the way, AI probably isn't the one for that.
Actually, it is.
Okay.
Well, actually, my Word document.
Your Word document.
So this is where, again, craziness. My Word document, we all have Word.
Yep.
Most of us have Word. It does a transcript.
I still prefer WordStar, but that's a long time ago.
WordStar. Oh, wow. Okay. Shoot.
Sorry, that hurt.
That hurt a lot. But yeah, so I didn't know that it had. I knew that you could record and you could just speak and it would do a transcript. I didn't know you could upload a file.
Yes.
I uploaded the file.
Into
precise in the Word, and it gave me the precise breakdown of every word we said.
So, because it's not doing anything else, it's not predicting something, it's actually doing an actual transcribing of an activity.
And this is where, but I asked it, hey, AI, do this.
But it doesn't want to do that. It's not what it's designed to do.
Again, broad scope AI. There are AIs that do specific things. There are AI tools that will monitor a conversation and do a transcript.
Right.
But it's designed specifically to do those things. So are they? And I got in this last night. I didn't go to bed until like 1 o'clock in the morning. Thinking about this whole conversation.
Glad you weren't welding today.
Yeah. So then, is that AI tool for transcripting simply a transcript tool and not even an AI tool?
It depends. And so, because we could do this for hours, I think we're already over time.
Yeah.
But here's the thing to think about.
Okay.
Let's go back. So we talk about how do you know the vendor lied to you about the product?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Functionally, it's your job when you're buying a product or you're selecting a tool, you're selecting an app on your phone.
Yep.
Because there's a lot of apps out there. How do you know it's going to do what it's going to do?
Try it out.
You try it out in real life situations.
And again, I verified what it was doing, realized, hey, it's not doing it.
It's not doing it.
Not doing it.
You went to a product
I
that would work.
I went to a product that would.
And that's the real key with this. So the key is when a vendor comes to you and wants to sell you a very expensive product, if it's for your home, I mean, I could make a case this is about Windows. Almost anything somebody's trying to sell you, take it with a grain of salt. There is let the buyer beware is a true concept, whether I'm buying something from somebody that's wanting to spend $2 or $3 million or more at a company, whether I'm buying something for the house, or you're telling me that something's actually going to happen. So I probably should always take that with a grain of salt and find a way to test it and challenge it in real life situations. So, and then, to be honest, if somebody says, but you have a money-back guarantee.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. So, I mean,
as long as you're still in business.
As long as you're still in business, yeah, we won't go there. But, I mean, challenge that. Anytime a vendor comes to you, and this is going to be the teaching part, so I'll make it really short, because I don't want to get backhanded, is that if you're a part of any procurement process, and I know professional procurement people get this, challenge the vendor, create a real life testing situation, scatter the data, create crappy data, so you can actually test it, because that's one of the issues with AI, is they had pure data. Perfect. But where does pure data actually exist in real life?
So this is where, hey, so when I'm being asked to buy products, hey, can we try it this way?
Yes.
Always try
to create a real life
let me try
situation.
this.
Yeah. It's also why, at least at one company, IBM said, Al can no longer be a part of this process. Why? He asked questions. And the CIO actually...
Well, that's what you're known for. You're known. You're the... Okay, you're the guy that, hey, he asked too many questions.
That's why I don't get invited to parties. So,
well, you're also not cool.
Well, there's. I was a nerd before nerds were a thing.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So, at any rate, we kind of went all over the place. So
yeah.
I hope you had fun with this, guys. We're trying to make this a lot lighter. When we did this several years back, we actually used data breaches and IT issues to create, and actually talked about them, and found the fun in people doing silly things.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, bloopers are a thing, and real life has bloopers.
Yeah,
we want to talk about this.
Yeah. So, if you have any bloopers that you would like us to look at, just let us know below. Make a little comment, and we'll check it out.
Yeah.
I try to read all the comments that we get, if any, but hopefully we'll get tons someday.
Yeah, we'll see. And you're getting a lot of comments and links, or
at least
clicks
on my welding stuff.
On your welding stuff. So make sure you check out his welding stuff.
Yep. So, and we're gonna put a Facebook page together for the channel.
Ow.
Yeah, no, it's again, I'm asking AI to help me out. To help build the channel.
So we.
I don't have to throw you off.
Okay.
But with that, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, happy trails.
And we may be on MySpace as opposed to Facebook, depending upon how the AI goes.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to you later. Bye.
MySpace. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh man. Wow.
I thought I'd just throw that in there.
Yeah, great.